So about us a little bit. Great. So I'm head of data sitting in digital services in Neath Port Talbot Council. We're a local authority in South Wales, not too big, as you can see, somewhere between Cardiff and Swansea. We have fantastic nature, the waterfall country in Neath, if anybody knows. Very beautiful area, all the way down to Port Talbot with the steelworks, the Tata Steelworks. The population is 142,000 people that the council is taking care of, and there are 3,000 staff. So why did we do a data maturity assessment? So I came into my role 2 years ago. The role was new, and I started talking to people and quickly had some anecdotal evidence on the important data assets and how people interacted with and used data. In order to start working, though, on most important issues, it was quite clear to me that I needed to be methodical about getting a better view of the picture across the organization so that I can later on get back into any of my plans that I would want to put in place. And a data maturity assessment was just a tool. What I liked about Data Orchard was that they had their own maturity in this space, the research they have done to back up the assessment and the questions. And to be fair, the fact that I saw that Scottish government was heavily using this tool across many of their departments and organizations. So I felt quite confident that we will benefit a lot from working with this tool. So we took on the gold package that was offered because of the level of support that we had been, that was coming along with this, with the assessment and the report at the end, which is very important in, in our corporate world. So the way we went about this is, so the plan was to open it up to all members of staff, but we started off with presenting the assessment to what we call higher level managers or accountable managers. They did the assessment and we had a workshop, an initial workshop with them that was online, if I remember correctly, yes. And then those managers promoted the assessment across their teams. It was open for 1 month, and after which we presented the results in an in-person meeting with the senior management, and even more input was collected at that point. So to engage with staff, we had a few email and PR pushes, and we showed them this kind of thing, where here on the left, we showed them how long it is taking to finish the assessment so that they don't think it's a whole day thing or quite scary. And here we kind of were showing how many people already finished the assessment. So every time we did a push, you can see here, there was a jump in the numbers. So very helpful to follow up. Finally, we had about 350 people completing the assessment. So I think quite a good result. So this is what the post-assessment engagement looked like. I think it's the end there at the front, possibly. We came together about 60 managers to hear about the main results. So, more or less the minute the full results are in, Libby can create all this treasure trove of graphs, an analysis of the results per question, per theme. And so we collected a few of the most interesting highlights to present to the managers quickly after the assessment was closed. We also ran an exercise in this configuration to write down for managers to write down actionable ideas and rate them between each other. So they would all kind of put down some ideas in their own tables, and then they were walking around and putting stars on different on other people's ideas, and we collected this as insights on what's popular, what people need, what are the pain points. So the popular ideas included reducing silo working, setting up a data catalog, providing more training on data, and streamlining the way data is input into our systems. And so this all was taken into account in the final report, and that report was then discussed with the chief exec. And in that meeting, we got a strong backup and a promise to support us as we started implementing some of the recommendations that appear in the report. So the report gives you a highlight of what your maturity is, and a few highlights and focus points, and then about 10 recommendations for actions, and not only actions, but the outcome expected from a certain action for each of those actions. So what did we get from doing such an exercise? First of all, we had put discussion on data at the forefront of people's minds, much more than they were used to thus far, and in a very structured way. And that gave people some focus. The report we received was, on one side, very detailed analysis of each of the questions asked. And with that, we can interact at any point in the future. The written report was also detailed, and 10, as I said, 10 recommendations for actions and expected outcomes. Some of these recommendations we had already recognized and we're starting to work on, but the assessment gave us strong backing by independent data professional body that we're not going in the wrong way. And also the pre and post engagement, pre and post report engagement with those managers gave us this also qualitative input on who would like to engage with us further, what training do people need, and what are the main pain points. It gave me support when I was writing our data strategy, especially around what I called missions. I find that I go back to that report ever so often, making sure I'm still not losing focus, not losing what is important, keeping the focus. Yes. So, yeah. So, as I said, data strategy is now finished and ongoing to the website soon. The main recommendations of the report are being addressed now, mainly that of creating a data catalog, which we are working on at the moment, managing address data and how it integrates across our many systems. We're starting with council tax and business rates for that project. What also happened is that people are now approaching us and asking us to help them link systems, understand the data, improve the data, see what other data is out there for them to link to. So we have full tables and we've got many plans, and the future I feel very optimistic about it. So that was me and Neath Port Talbot.